Screaming like the start of a race. Diet Pepsi's my fuel in this Monday maze. Shake the weekend fog off my tired face. The hustling begins, no time to waste. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. And sun clouds up higher, chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Street lights fading, sun climbs up higher, chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The crowd won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, I own the show. Know that we can be heavy, but I'm tougher still. Climbing the mountain, fueled by will. Each heartbeat whispers, yes you can. I'm golden, helping every woman and man. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The cloud won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I'll feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show.
Hello everybody, welcome in. It is Monday. You guys know what that means. It is Monday motivation night. So if you do not know who I am Pamela, aka Scooterrenee. I'm your host of tonight's Monday motivation, as I am for all Monday motivations. So welcome in. I bet a lot of y'all can say that spiel in your sleep now whenever you dream about me. Not that you dream about me, but anyways. Make sure you do all the YouTube things. You subscribe to my channel, ring that bell for all notifications, and a thumbs up on your way in, on your way out. I would greatly appreciate that. But yes, I do other things on my channel. Generally, I do auctions. Here lately, it's been less than because of the new business. We're having our first sale the second weekend in June. So that is coming up fast because we're almost done with May. I cannot believe it. So we are buckling down. I'm going to be on vacation next week, so another reason to buckle down this week and so forth. So, but yes, we do other things on here. I drop a lot of shorts on my channel most of the time, giving y'all a glimpse of what's going on here in my world and so forth. So, yeah, just different things. So make sure you have all the YouTube things done if you haven't already. So if you are new to my channel, I hope you'll keep coming on back, especially on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central. We do different topics each and every different Monday. I don't know where I was going with that, but each and every Monday, we do Monday motivation. Unless it's a holiday, I'm sick, or something else is going on. But more times than not, we are right here. Different topics, different series. Sometimes I have guests on. It just depends on what I'm in the mood for that month. And so, yes, lots of different things. So come on back. Check out an auction here and there if you would like as well. All my OGs, I see you popping in. As always, I love seeing your avatars and your names popping up and saying hello. And all the playback crew. As always, if you're the playback crew, let me know that you're the playback crew by leaving a comment at the end of the show or while you're watching the show that you're the playback crew. Feel free to participate in the chat participation questions because your name does go into an entry still if you answer the questions. And then also at the end of tonight's topic, those of you that were here catching it live, If you could do me a favor, leave a comment at the end of the show. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know what you thought of tonight's topic. So let's see who all is in chat. And we're going to get going on tonight's topic. I actually started pretty much on time tonight. So, there we go. We got possibly Kathy in here. I don't know if she is still in here. I'm looking at YouTube chat, see if she's commented since then. But there are a lot of storms going on tonight that are north. They're more up in Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, those northern states versus us. So everybody be safe and careful. Lots of flooding going on. I think our storms start tomorrow afternoon from what I saw on the weather map. So everybody be safe. We got Echo in here. Hello, Echo. Welcome in. Good to see you. We got Josie in here. Hello, Miss Josie. Welcome in. Good to see you. We've got Harry in here. Hello, Harry. Welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. We got Joanne in here. Hello, sweet Joanne. Welcome, welcome. We got my sister, Cool Ranch, in the house. Hello, Cool. Welcome in. So glad you're here. And let's see. We got Mary here. Hello, Mary. Welcome in. So good to see you. And we got Tammy. Welcome in. Good to see you. And let's see. Nancy. Hello, sweet Nancy. Welcome in. Good to see you. Lisa D. How are you? Welcome in. Let's see. Angie. Hello, Angie. Welcome in. Good to see you. Cool says, been rainy in Colorado, snowing in the mountains. Looks like the ski resorts can stay open for another couple of weeks. Yeah, Robert was showing me videos from there, and I was like, it's really snowing there? And I was trying to remember what you had told me about how long the snowing season can last. All right. Who else do we got? Everybody's commenting back and forth, and I'm caught up. So, yay. All right. Everybody will come in as they get the notifications. There's lots of great things going on the YouTube. So people might be bouncing in, bouncing out, so forth and so on. But we'll make sure that we say hello to everybody so that come in. So if you are lurking in the back, if you want to say hello, come on in and say hello. It won't be bad, I promise. Yeah, I can't believe that. I don't want any snow. So Harry, I'll send snow to you. You can have it down there in Florida. I do not want it here. I do not like snow. I don't mind it for a day, I should say, but I don't want to be stuck in my house more than a day. All right, so I hope you all had a great weekend as always. Saturday, most of y'all know I got my granddaughter Elle. She is our second youngest granddaughter, and I took her to go get her first mani and pedi. She's never done that before. She's only 5 years old, and she did an awesome job. She was so still and watching the gentleman that was doing her feet and her fingers, just being still and patient and just watching the whole process, taking it all in and so forth. So that was fun to finally start that little tradition, if you will, with her. Then Sunday was just a kind of a rest, relax, just do nothing kind of day. We didn't go sourcing. We went to breakfast Sunday morning. I don't think we did anything else. Yeah, we might have went to dinner. We did go to dinner. We did go out for dinner last night, but the rest of the time we just stayed here. I don't know about you guys, but if you've seen The Blonde, I think it is, about Phil Robertson and the whole Duck Dynasty family in the theaters, that was an awesome movie. If you got a chance to see it back when it came out, Robert and I went and saw it in theaters. We absolutely loved it. But now Lifetime has a new Duck Dynasty movie. It just came out this weekend, and it's dealing with Al, the oldest son of the Robertson family. It had to do with him and his marriage. And that movie was so emotional and so well put together for a Lifetime channel. So if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend that you go and check that out. So That's one of the movies I watched yesterday, and it was so good. For Lifetime, like I said. So tonight we are on our fourth topic of this series on believing these lies about ourselves and how we can turn those lies into truth and start believing the truth. So tonight's topic is the lie that we believe I'm better than you. I'm better than you is the topic for tonight. But real quick, let's do positive spot thought. Positive spot thought. A creative man. I thought this was so cool because I have one of those motivation calendars I get from Prudential Annuity Company. We don't do a whole lot of business with them, but they send us this calendar, so I always keep Matt's. Matt doesn't ever care about it. So anyways, it was so fitting for tonight's topic. It says, it said, a creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. I was like, that is so fitting for tonight. A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. So chat participation time. So we're going to start it out like we've done the last two. Who in here, or I guess the last three, anyways, who in here has ever thought I'm better than you? Who's willing to admit that they have thought I am better than you? Whether it was in a competition, in a classroom, at a job, or even at home with your spouse or significant other. Anybody in here has ever thought, oh, I'm better than them. I'm better than you, you know? Anybody. And then I kind of start feeling bad because I don't realize how competitive I am until I am in a competitive situation, you know, and I'm like, oh, I can beat them. I can do this, you know, whatever. I'm going to win that prize, so forth. Nancy says, no, I'm the opposite. Thank you, Nancy. Oh, chat jumped on me. All right, got you started. Sorry, guys. Harry says, the only person I tell I'm better than you is my old self. It's great when you're moving forward. Right, Harry? Yes, sir. Mary says, not so much better, different. Joanne says, no. And Josie says, no. Like, even in y'all's, those of us that are in our 50s and older, not even in our younger days. Because I mean, like school days and stuff, you know, I'm sure we had some of that. Cool says, I've certainly thought that on occasion, but never told the other person that, right? Yes. I don't think we would ever say it. There are some out there, believe me, that would say it. But I don't think we've ever, said it out loud. We might have thought it. Lisa D says, no. All right. Well, there we go. Anybody else that comes in and wants to comment on that question, feel free. You will get a star as well. So, but tonight, Black Widow says, do you want me to names? I think she meant name names now. Go right ahead, Black Widow. So tonight, I do want us to talk about another one of the most dangerous lies a person can believe. Tonight, we are talking about, Mary, when I first saw your comment, I read it as, I have fat less than, is what I read that as at first. I'm like, what? You have felt less than. I got you. Name the names. Go, girl. Right? That's right. Cool. Name the names, Black Widow. Go ahead. Tell it all. It's the famous Tamara Judge from Beverly Hills, Real Housewives, OG, not Beverly Hills, OG. They have a recording of her going, tell it all, tell it all. So anyways, tonight we're talking about that lie that wears expensive clothes sometimes, a lie that can hide behind success, talent, intelligence, ministry, money, popularity, pain, or even morality. The lie that maybe sometimes whispers, I'm better than you. Most people would never say those exact words out loud where someone could actually hear it. They don't walk around announcing it, but they live it. You can see that in the way they treat people. They think it. You can hear it in their tone, perhaps, and how they talk at people. Notice I said at people because they're definitely not talking to people. I can tell the difference when someone is talking at me versus someone talking to me. They carry it with them. You can feel it in their attitude as well. And here's what's dangerous about pride and how it shows up when someone believes their success makes them more valuable. It doesn't always sound arrogant, but they believe that their money makes them more important. I can think of several people like that, but only because of the industry that I'm in. Angie says, when I worked at the bank, a lot of people would not speak to me in public because I thought I was better than them. But after they got to know me, they knew that was not true. I have to say, probably one of my best friends of 40 plus years now, I thought she was stuck up, is what I thought. Like she wasn't talking or anything. She felt like she kind of had her nose up in the air a little. And she's been one of my dearest best friends ever since. Hey, Shelly Ann. Shelly Ann says, I have said that when I was in my teens, but I don't think that now. Right? I think that was probably more of an immature level. But I also kind of think of like my stepdad, who's, I've been told is narcissistic. So I'm still learning this whole narcissistic thing. Plus, like I said, the industry I'm in with financial advisors, stockbrokers back in the olden days is what you would call them. There's a lot of that, men in their suits and touting how successful they are. Right? People talk down to older people. Hey, Alfonso, welcome in. So good to see you. Under a winter storm warning here in Colorado. What part of Colorado are you in again, Alfonso? Because we were just talking about that. Echo says, don't judge a book by its cover. That's right. Try to at least get to know people. That's what I try to do. Then there are some people I'm like, no, they definitely don't want to get to know me. So you're in Denver. Okay. Robert and I love Denver. We go out there and see Cool Ranch. We have a couple of times. And before I got to know Cool Ranch, even knew of Cool Ranch, we went out there for a game. Robert is a huge Broncos fan, like beyond huge, I think. So sometimes this I'm better than you voice, it can sound sophisticated because they think their education makes them smarter than anybody else. Sometimes it sounds spiritual because they believe their spirituality makes them holier. Sometimes it sounds wounded because they think their pain makes them deeper. So they also might think that their discipline makes them superior. And the sad thing about pride is this. Sometimes the people carrying it don't even realize it. They think, I would never do that. I would never do what they did. I've worked harder than them. I deserve more. I'm more disciplined. I'm more holy. I'm more intelligent. I'm more self-aware. I'm not like those people. Harry said, there's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. Just don't let it override you and start thinking you're better than when everyone's the same. Right? Yes. There's my feather sister, Selena. Welcome in. But comparison, it is a poison. Alfonso said, I've been told by my brother-in-law that those who are poorly educated are not good people. He's a school teacher here, right? Like, come on. That's not true. Not true at all. But comparison is a poison because guess what? The moment you stand above somebody else, you stop seeing them as human. The moment that you stand above somebody else, you stop seeing them as human. I wonder if that's where the line, don't forget about us little people when you become big, I wonder if that's where the line kind of originated from. And here's the truth. The truth is you can win in life and still lose your soul while wearing a church suit. You can have status and still have no peace with the business title. You can look successful while becoming emotionally bankrupt while wearing designer clothes. It can wear humility on the outside while arrogance lives in the heart. No worries, Selena. The lie, I'm better than you, may make a person feel powerful temporarily, but eventually it leaves them isolated, it leaves them empty, and it leaves them disconnected. It destroys relationships, it kills compassion, and it blinds us to our own flaws. You cannot deeply connect with people that you secretly look down on. Right? Angie said, pride cometh before the fall. Yes. You cannot deeply connect with anybody out there that you secretly look down on. And we're going to tear down that lie even further tonight. Not to make you feel smaller, but to make you feel healthier, stronger, wiser, more compassionate, more free. You can't truly love people while constantly measuring yourself against them. You can't build healthy relationships while believing your worth depends on being above somebody else. Because confidence is healthy, but superiority is bondage. There's a difference between, I want to say this loud and clear to you guys, there is a difference between I know my value and I'm more valuable than you. One is confidence and the other is pride. So let's do another chat participation question here. Echo says, comparison steals your self-esteem. Yes. So another chat participation question here. I don't think anyone believes this, but does anyone believe that you're born or that certain people are born with superiority? I don't know why I struggle with that word. That's a big word. That some people are just born superior. Anybody in here believe that? Alfonso says, being blind and having other disabilities, I'm often being looked down upon by those without. Thank you for sharing that, Alfonso. Harry says, pride will bite you on the butt if it goes too far, right? Cool Ranch says, no. Echo says, no. I didn't think anybody would, but you never know. Lisa D says, no. Nancy says, no. Mary says, no. No way, Jose. Tammy says. Joanne says, no. So the question is do you believe that people are born superior to other people? Do you believe that we're just born that way? Josie says, no. Angie says they may think they are, but no, I don't believe that, right? Harry says no as well. Make sure I get everybody. Alfonso says no. So where does the superiority begin? Nobody is born believing they're above others. That's mentally developed. Selena said no. Josie said, if you think that, it's all in your head, right? Yes. So nobody is born with it. It's a mentality develops. Sometimes superiority grows from insecurity. A person gets rejected and builds an ego to protect themselves. A person grows up overlooked and decides, one day I'll prove I'm greater than everybody. Sometimes success becomes armor. Every room they walk into becomes a scoreboard. People get money and suddenly become unreachable. They gain followers and lose humility. We know probably several people that we can name on that as far as social media goes, right? They gain influence and lose kindness. You are smart, so stop that, Selena. This is positive. Right? You just have a different way of going about figure out the answer on some things. And then there's like Harley. She got an award for geometry. One of her old pictures popped up in my memory thing. And she got an award for geometry. Mama couldn't pass it. Well, I passed geometry by the scrape of my teeth with a D. And I think that was only because of sympathy, because I had a tutor and everything, but I could not get geometry. But Harley, who is dyslexic, aced it. So, you see, sometimes pain creates superiority and comparison becomes a prison. People think, I suffered more than you. I survived harder things. So that makes me stronger, wiser, deeper. But pain does not make us superior. It makes us human. And here's the problem with superiority. It always requires someone beneath you. A prideful heart needs comparison to survive. That's why some people secretly enjoy seeing others fail, because another person's failure becomes fuel for their ego. Harry says, no matter how great you think you are, there's always someone greater, and that's okay. Gotta remember, everyone's born for a reason, right? Joanne says, I think they are taught that maybe from their family or other influences in their life as they are growing up. Exactly. You're not born with it. It's something that you learn. So, or as it was saying, people that have gone through painful things tend to, think that that makes them wiser and deeper and better, stronger, And I thought that was important, that some people secretly enjoy seeing others fail, because another person's failure becomes fuel for their ego. I can think of some people in that area as well. But healthy people, they don't need to stand on others to feel tall. Let me say that again. Healthy people do not need to stand on others to feel tall. I just want to feel tall because I'm 5'2". I know what 6'3" is like. But not because of the other reason. Totally agree with that. Just a few minutes ago, right? Yes. Yeah, you've come a long ways, my Selena. Yes, you have. If your confidence disappears when someone else succeeds, it was never confidence to begin with. It was comparison. Hey, Mama Sands. Miss you. We should get rid of that headache. Love you. Harry said, maybe the person that wants you to fail might know you're catching up with them, right? That could also be it. So if your confidence disappears when someone succeeds, it was never confidence to begin with. Some people walk into every room measuring. They walk in a room and they are measuring who has more money, who looks better, who is smarter, who has influence, who gets attention. And they spend their whole lives competing with people who were never competing with them. I don't know about you guys, but that's just downright exhausting to me. Why would I want to do that day in, day out? You were not created to live chained to comparison. You were not created for that. Let's do another chat participation question. What do you think the cost of having pride is? What do you think the cost of having pride is? Selena says, I'm tall. I look like I'm going to eat them. Whatever. You're taller than me. Not by a whole lot, but you're taller than me for sure. Echo says, I think we all have gifts and teach us, and each of us are necessary in this world, right? Amen. Right? No one is better, maybe just in a better situation. Yes. Mary says, peace is the cost of pride, right? Roll them eyes, Selena. I heard you. I didn't have to see you. Harry says, friends. Yes. Nancy says, everything. Cool says, could cost you friends, cost you healthy relationships, right? Envy. God did not make junk. That's right, Josie. Lisa D says peace as well. Yes. Echo says behind closed doors, most people are struggling with something, right? Hurt people. Isn't that what we've heard or talked about? Oh, yeah, I agree that you have to have a little bit of pride. Pride in things that you've done and in yourself, but not the arrogance pride, you know? So let's talk about the hidden cost of pride. Pride feels powerful in the beginning, but eventually it becomes lonely because superiority destroys connection. Sandy says, but by the grace of God, there go I. You are here to help someone up, not hold them down. Amen, right? And women, I've said this before, women are the most horrible when it comes to having relationships with other women. There are so many women out there that are just tearing down other women for what? What are they gaining by it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So why are you wasting your time of tearing down another person? Alfonso said, I sometimes find myself envy those who can drive since they have all the freedom to go anywhere, anytime they want. And I can't drive being legally blind. And then Selena will tell you that blindness isn't the only thing that keeps you from driving, you know? Hurt people, yep. Joanne says, I agree with all of these. Peace, love, friends. Yes. Mary says, cost of pride, happiness, and health. Yes. You cannot deeply love people that you secretly look down on either. You can't truly connect while constantly judging. Pride creates distance. Oh, Alfonso. Been blind since birth, so I don't know what it's like to fully see. Wasn't there a movie out? I know my stepdad had a friend, and he was blind, and he always had the greatest German Shepherds, but he actually had a glass eye. He'd be like, you want to see me pop it out? No, I don't want to see you pop the glass eye out. Bad enough that I see it if I walk into the bathroom. You have different senses of ways of seeing, is how I feel. Selena, you're so funny. Shame on you women. Glad I ain't one. Wait, I am one. Never mind. You've been talking to your brother too much, huh? Sandy said, you probably see more than most sighted people see. Right? That's exactly what I was trying to say. Yes. So, the scary thing as well about pride is that pride, speaking of blindness, pride blinds us. A proud person can identify everyone else's flaws while ignoring their own. They notice every mistake, every weakness, every failure, every imperfection, but cannot see their own arrogance. And life has a way of humbling us eventually. In my notes, I've got, and life has a way of humbling us eventually. I have no idea what that's supposed to say. Everybody has flaws. Everybody. Try and think of that song, Mercy Me, about flaws. I love that song. Flawless, that's the name of the song. I love that song. Mercy Me. They're coming to Walmart Amphitheater up in Rogers, Arkansas in October. I think it's like in October. I'm like, I would do anything to go see Mercy Me. And they're coming with Tim Tomlinson, somebody else. All I know is Mercy Me is coming, and I would love to see Mercy Me. Right before my birthday. Great birthday present. All right. But the scary thing is that pride can blind us. The person who thinks I would never fail often becomes the one who falls hardest. The person who says I can never struggle like them may one day face a battle they never expected. Because life is unpredictable. And humility understands, if not for grace, support, opportunity, mercy, and timing, that could be me too. Humility does not mean thinking less of yourself. It means thinking of yourself less often. There's a huge difference. Weakness says, I have no value. Humility says, I have value, but so do you. Right, Selena? I would agree. And the strongest people in the room are usually not the loudest. They don't need to prove superiority every 5 minutes. They don't need constant validation. They don't need to dominate conversations. Secure people don't perform importance. They carry peace. Success doesn't make you superior. And let's talk honestly. Achievement can become addictive. You accomplish one thing, then another, and slowly your identity becomes tied to being ahead. Ahead financially, ahead spiritually, ahead physically, ahead socially. But success is not proof of superiority. Someone may have less opportunity than you, less support than you, less education than you, less stability than you. You don't know the full story behind people. Let's see. Alfonso said, many years ago, I've been told in my church in New Mexico that humility means poverty. Being humble means poor. Nope. Totally disagree with that. Because I've always said, dear Lord, if I ever come into a huge financial win of something, always keep me humble. Always remind me where I came from. Exactly, Josie. Means nothing. And I never want it to overtake my life. So you don't know the full story behind people. The single mother that's fighting depression while raising children, that's strength. The person quietly battling addiction and still trying again, that's courage. The person working a low-paying job but staying honest, that's integrity. The person grieving but still showing kindness, that's resilience. Never confuse visibility with value. Some of the greatest people in the world will never be famous, and some of the loudest people in the world are deeply empty. Character matters more than image. How you treat people who cannot benefit you says more about your heart than your resume ever will. Anybody can be kind to powerful people. Anybody can perform kindness when cameras are on. But who are you when nobody is watching? That reveals character. Oh, you're welcome, Nancy. Let's do another chat participation question. Who here has ever been around a church or people who think that they are holier and better than you, and it pushed you away? You know, the kind that act like they've never sinned or made a horrible mistake, or a church that turned people away due to different walks of life or mistakes made. Anybody ever been a part of that? That's why a lot of people now, probably my generation more so, and then the younger, is why a ton of them are turning away from church. Mary says, oh, yes. Whoops. Sandy says, me, but I wasn't there for them. Echo, I have. Church that Robert and I used to go to, they were, tend to say that they're not a bureaucracy church, and that we learn otherwise, So that kind of pushed us away when all that went down. There's some other things that went down besides that. Don't get me wrong. Oh, I'm sorry, Alfonso, but you're doing better things with your talent, aren't you? You're reaching those people. Nancy says, sadly enough, I have. Not a church people. Not a church people. Gotcha. Harry says, you always know you're someone, even when you alone. Got to remember, God makes no junk, right? Lisa D says, some of the members, not the church in whole. Yes. Echo said, once a church made me feel less than because I didn't make a lot of money. We have a church here that, like, you have to do your tithing and pay a membership to go to church there. And it's a huge church here in North Little Rock area. Huge church. And one poor lady signed over her bank account and everything when she lost her husband because she didn't know what else to do. Now that church has ties to everything that she has. I don't see how that could be a safety hazard. Just lead you to the bench, play the piano, and then someone can lead you away from it, right? Like, come on. That is not a liability. Get me all wound up, Alfonso. Joanne said, yes, but now I found a great church there. Not that way at all, right? We loved our church, or I loved our church. I loved worship time at our church that we were going to. I would love to go back. I wish. Before COVID, they had Saturday night service, and I loved it because I could go Saturday night, worship, and then sleep in on Sunday or go do my estate sales now. But now it's like, oh, and there's no church unless you go to the, Seventh-day Advent Church or whatever that's called. They have church on Saturday night. Selena said, oh, Lord, that happened to Sam. They said something to him, never went back, right? That's so sad. Yes, Lisa D. Josie said, church is just a building. Living your life like the Lord wants you to is what is important, right? Yes. But I think a lot of people will struggle with that too. So, the trap of spiritual superiority, this one is dangerous. Sometimes people become spiritually prideful. You might be able to think of someone as I say that as well. Oh, I love that, Sandy. My church is all around me every time I acknowledge what my God did for me. I love that. Harry says, you're not going to hell if you don't go to church, right? But, whoo, you get some of those strong Southern Baptists. My grandmother, for one. Listen to old devil. That's what she would always tell me, bless her heart. Oh, yay, Kathy. I hope it stays on the rest of the night. That's got to be frustrating. Oh my goodness, Selena. So the kind that I'm talking about here is the kind that says, well, I pray more. I know more scripture. I'm more disciplined. I'm more mature. I'm more righteous. And suddenly faith becomes competition instead of transformation. Lisa D said, no set amount to pay, but I try to help as much as I can. They have bills and I get a lot from other members. Love the friendships I built and prayer support and the smiles and hugs, right? Yes. The fellowship. Yes. Fellowship of going to a church, right? Echo, yes. I believe that, Alfonso. Yes, I believe that. So real spirituality produces humility, not arrogance, because the more aware you become of truth, the more aware you become of your need for grace. Ooh. The more aware you become of truth, the more aware you become of your need for grace. Amen? Like, oh my gosh, I got chills on that. Exactly, Mary. Mary says, I don't need a middleman to talk to my dad. I love that. Spiritual superiority pushes people away. It judges before listening, condemns before understanding, corrects without compassion. But broken people don't need your superiority. They need your love. Nobody changes because someone looked down on them. People change when they encounter truth mixed with compassion. And let's be honest, every single one of us has weaknesses, different struggles, different temptations, different battles. Pride says, at least I'm not like them. Humility says, I'm thankful I've been carried through my own mess. Again, I love that. Pride says, at least I'm not like them. Humility says, I'm thankful I've been carried through my own mess. Never become so self-righteous that you forget where you came from. So what does real strength look like? Real strength is not domination. Real strength is emotional maturity. It's being secure enough to celebrate others without feeling threatened. It's apologizing when you're wrong. Listening without needing to win. Learning without pretending to know everything. That listening without needing to win, that's people that are right fighters. They got to be right all the time. Try listening without having to win the argument. Strong people can admit weakness. Weak people hide behind ego. Those last few lines, I'm telling you, Selena, I didn't know I was the only one that thought about that. You get chills and you got to shave your legs again because it makes the hair grow. Is that really real? I know that's not what we're talking about, but, Selena put the thought in my head now. I've always wondered that was true. Do chills make you grow hair on your legs? The world needs to know. God's grace and Mama's prayers got me to the place I am now. Right, Sandy? Yes. Right, Echo? Strength to me is being able to pick up the pieces over and over. Real strength says I can learn from anyone, even from people younger than you, poorer than you, less educated than you, because wisdom is not owned by status. Sometimes the janitor has more peace than the executive. Sometimes the struggling mother has more resilience than the celebrity. Sometimes the quiet person in the corner has survived battles nobody else could have handled. Never underestimate people. Everybody is carrying something. Everybody has a story. And kindness costs so little, but changes so much. The strongest rooms are not built on superiority. They're built on honor. Honor says, I see your humanity. I respect your journey. I don't need to diminish you to value myself. That's maturity. So tonight, let's break the lie, I'm better than you. Because no title makes you more human. No success makes you more worthy of love. And no achievement gives you permission to look down on people. At the end of the day, we all need grace. We all need healing. We all need mercy. We all need connection. The goal in life is not to become greater than everybody else. The goal is to become the healthiest version of yourself while helping others rise too. Walk in confidence. Be proud of your growth. Celebrate your victories, but never lose humility. Because the moment you believe you're above others, you stop growing. And the moment you choose humility, you become teachable again, compassionate again, free again. Remember this. I love that, Selena. Remember this. You do not become smaller by honoring other people. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. I love that, Kraken. Good to see you, buddy. He says equal rights for others doesn't mean fewer rights for you. It's not pie. And once you choose hope, anything's possible. Yes. Harry says the thing we forget is that if we feel bad about things, then so do that other person. And by helping them rise, you're also teaching yourself to help others. Love that, Harry. So again, what I was beginning to say, remember this. You do not become smaller by honoring other people. A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. So build people, encourage people, respect people, learn from people. This is why Monday Motivation exists, to do this very thing. Is to build people, encourage people, respect people, and learn from other people. I don't have all the answers. That's why I always give y'all the chat. Read as many of the chats that I can. Give y'all chat questions because I'm learning from you guys. I love that, Sandy. I love that song. Because greatness is not measured by how many people you stand above. Greatness is measured by how many people feel valued after encouraging or encountering you. So go out there and light someone's candle that has grown dim. Encourage them. Build them up. Monday Motivation has never been about me. I love people. I love encouraging, and I love building people up. I love giving people hope where they have lost it. Give you guys a safe place to come to. Monday Motivation is all about you guys, the ones that show up, the ones that used to show up, and the ones that will show up in the future. All right, guys. As always, thank you again for starting off your week with me. Again, this week will be probably a light week on me for as far as the auctions go. Right? She sings it quite a bit, Harry. So just be watching for the thumbnails to pop up. I double checked. I don't have any thumbnails up this week except for Thursday. But if I decide to go live tomorrow night or whatever, just be watching for those thumbnails. I really appreciate you guys still showing up as always. I will be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Central for right now. Again, depending on how much Tammy and I get done. Thank you again in advance on your patience, your kindness, and your support. Next Monday Motivation, before y'all get out of here, next Monday Motivation will be on June 1st because next Monday is Memorial Day. So we'll skip next week because I'll be on vacation next week as well. So there'll be no auctions next week whatsoever. So I hope you all have a safe Memorial weekend and that you enjoy yourself. For those of you that get 3 days off that are still working, I hope you have a great 3-day weekend as well. But on episode 166 on June 1st, we will look at another lie that we tend to believe about ourselves. And that will be on no is the final answer. Come on back, not next week, but the following week, if you want to learn what that lie is all about. Make sure you do all the YouTube things before you get out of here, that you subscribe, ring that bell for all notifications, and a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate that. Memorial Day is next Monday, Kathy. Can you believe it? That's what I'm saying. This month is already over with. Love that, Kraken. You're never alone as long as you have God in your corner. Yes, happy anniversary to Selena and Sam. Y'all remember Jimmy in your prayers. He has his surgery Thursday. Let's see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Thank you, Lisa D. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Right. If y'all can keep cool in your prayers as she begins her next battle with cancer, she would greatly appreciate that as well. So I've been waiting for her to make that announcement. I did not want to be the one to do that. So that's right. Prayers for cool. Y'all call her Amy. I call her cool. All right, guys. Y'all make it a great week. If I don't see you somewhere around the YouTube, remember I am in competition. Oh, this is another one. The original, pause this spot. Thought I was going to share with you guys. I am in competition with no one. I run my own race. I have no desire to play the game of being better than anyone. I just aim to improve, to be better than I was before. That's me, and I'm free. You're welcome, cool. Thank you for finally sharing that. All right, guys, let's do this thing. Y'all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you somewhere around the YouTube. Bye, guys.